Hi everyone, and welcome back to C Sharp Corner MVP Show. I'm your host Steven Simon, and we are back with another episode of C Sharp Corner MVP Show. Uh, it's Wednesday, and on Wednesday we do the C Sharp Corner MVP Show. At C Sharp Corner Live, we have many live shows that we stream starting from Monday. I think I have a list. Let me go ahead and show it. For people who are joining us for the very first time, we do many live shows. For instance, today it's Wednesday, so on Wednesday we do C Sharp Corner MP show. On Tuesdays, we have Product Showcase or Coffee with Pros. It's more like a video podcast. On Wednesdays, we have AI Photo. That's a live show focused on AI. It's like all mathematics, statistics, R, Python, and all that. So it happens once in 2 weeks. They're having summer breaks, so they'll be back in the month of September. Then on Thursdays, we have a bit of AI show that streams every Thursday at 2:30 p.m. in time zone. It's hosted by Amy and Hank, both are cloud advocates at Microsoft, and they interview people from the AI ecosystem and talk about their day-to-day life, what projects they are working on. So that's an exciting show. You should definitely tune in. They have also taken summer break, so you can always visit csharpcorner.com/live and you can find all their past episodes. Having said that, Shisha Khan AMA asked me anything. One of the shows that is very close to me. I did many live shows with AMA, but now I'm retired from that live show. My boss has taken over it, Mahesh. So he's gonna run that show. We stream every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. It's a very nice show that also has demos, some Q&A, some chit chat, and one of the popular live show that we have on C Sharp Corner. Then on Fridays we have growth mindset shows that's hosted by Mahesh, where he tells you you need not be coding, just be coding. Go ahead and learn how you can build your career. Then on Saturdays, we have Rocking the Code World with .NET David McCarter, who is, I believe, 13 times Microsoft MVP. I think 15 times now. Yeah, he's a 15 times Microsoft MVP, and he interviews people from the .NET ecosystem. And I think last week we streamed the episode number 33. David never takes a break. So those are the things that the live shows that we have at C Sharp Corner Live. Welcome, Abraham. Welcome to the live show. Really appreciate it. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about Event Hub integration with Dynamics CRM Power Automate by Venkat. But even before I go there, let's talk about who is Venkat. Venkat is a C Sharp MVP, definitely because it's a C Sharp MVP show. He works on Microsoft Azure, Dynamics 365, Power Platform, D365 portal. He's a micro-certified trainer and Dynamics 365 architect expert. Absolutely amazing. So I think without any further ado, let's invite our guest of the day, Venkat. Hi, Venkat. Welcome to the C Sharp NLP show.
Hi Simon, uh, thanks for
Yeah,
calling out my name. So yeah, is my voice is audible and
yeah, you're
clear?
very loud and clear. We can hear you. So thank you so much,
Okay,
Venkat, at the very first place to accept the invitation. We really appreciate it and all that you do for the community. I do live shows. I always see you're very active in all the live shows that we do in the comments, in the live shows or the virtual conferences. I really appreciate that. And I've been looking at your profile. You have been very active in this past year, this year, and the past year, right, on C Sharp Corner. So, would you like to give a quick introduction about who you are, what you do, and then we can go ahead and get started?
okay. So as already Simon has explained, give me a brief introduction about myself. So I'm in short Venkata Subbarao Polisetty. Uh, as of now, working with EPAM as a lead and architect. So just and then I am also a Microsoft certified trainer. Recently, I got awarded with C Sharp Corner MVP award, which is a uh, you can say a common man achievement to get recognized with all the shows. And I do contributions, and I also work regarding the work areas like Microsoft Dynamics CRM and .NET, all the components, Azure components, and other integrations. So I do have close to 12 years of experience. So my core root strengths are with the .NET. So for the first 7 years, I was into the .NET platform, and then from 2015 or 16, I moved into the Dynamics CRM. But I did not forgot my basics, saying that okay, .NET is the backend for all the Dynamics CRM at the instant when it got released. So for the people who wanted to know about Dynamics CRM, so Dynamics CRM is an ERP product from the Microsoft, so which helps to serve the customers in a better way. So
All right.
and also I also do the apart from this particular professional work, I do also the community work
Mhm.
through my I from the past 1 year I am acting as an lead for D365 Champs community, which is a specific community for the Dynamics business applications.
Mhm.
So it spread around 12 countries and all with our 8,000 people and all. So there is, I would like to mention one person called Deepesh Somani. He is an 8 times MVP, Microsoft valuable professional. So he is a person who encouraged me to come forward for the community to share my experiences and all. So because of that reason, I have started doing it. So on the April of this year only, I started writing my own particular website. Just I'm a common man, so that's why my website also says about common man tips. So after that one, I was continuously watching the C Sharp corner, all the events and all, especially the main events like Mahesh sir, who it is a fantastic show for. I should not call as Mahesh sir, but whether he likes it or not, but as a respect which I brought from my childhood, it take some time to call as by name. So his growth mindset is an awesome show which I follow it at any time. Even I am traveling wherever at any point of time, I will try to listen it. I will try to post all the questions and all. The uniqueness is every show is unique in of its kind, where
Mhm.
a normal man can speak and professional can speak, an architect can speak, other people can also know what is that about. That's why the growth mindset, one of the show.
Yeah.
And after that one, it's a David show.
Yeah.
David McCarter, what an person he is. So
Yeah.
25 years of experience, uh, 15 times MVP, recent show also, .NET show he has given, he showed all his MVP, all these achievements and all.
Yeah.
The main thing is he speaks all the things like not only the professional things but also the life skills that are
Yeah.
required for an individual. So it was an interesting talk, every the same way, it's of unique nature. So the
Yeah.
last talk, everything, just a person with 20 to 25 years of experience, normal person like me, think that okay, he's a technical person, he will do all these things. Other than technical things, oh my god, so David will do all these things like he's in guitar and all the conversations, how he started all these things. Even uh, it's a fabulous thing. The
Yeah.
hobbies, how an important things that can be given other than professional thing, community, how the community was there. So I got to heard that from past 25 years he is contributing to the
Mhm.
community. Okay,
Yeah.
so I started mostly contributing to the community as an so till 2 years I was only a consumer, just absorbing all the things from the community. But from the past 2 years, I am giving my drop of the things to the community. So
Mhm.
like that. So in the same way, the C Sharp family, I got the good. You can say the mentors and the guides like the Simon, Rohit, and my editor like Hemant Gaur and all. So they helped everything and all. I know few of the members which they helped me from a novice to at least some from the first step of the steps to the second step at least.
yeah, yeah,
So this is how I brought all these things together, and I keep on saying, and the last time also in an AMA
yeah,
session, I had a some. I got few seconds to speak with Mahesh sir.
yeah,
So I just there also I have uh, spoken to him like I am very much. I'm joyful actually. I was on a cloud nine to get an recognition. So simply the thing, one thing I was definitely attracted and admired is the number of people are there. So you can take inspiration from number of people. So if I take it, everybody has their own specialty which I can learn, and also the community thing. Community, if you are in a community, you will get more
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
that is there. So that's why I will continue to contribute and consume all these things. So, like as Mahesh said about all this in these shows, Simon will do all the weekly town halls and all for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and also I'll get all to know it. And as a community, main thing I started including encouraging the people to contribute, which are shy, like they were in a position like okay, I know few of the things, but I don't know how to do all these things and all. So just I'm guiding them and pushing them and guiding them and encouraging them to come up, because there are a number of talents that are present who around us, maybe in our teams. So I'm in my fifth company. I see number of people who are best in their expertise, but they will not share that knowledge. So
yeah,
knowledge should be shared, and how it can happen is through the community work, everything and all. So that's why community, I will say yes. So irrespective of the communities, my motive is learn. Okay, if you know it, just share it. Otherwise, just learn it. That's why I started including all the specific things wherever the meetups are happening, wherever the call for speakers are present, all these things which I have observed. Not number of people are giving it and all, but they are on a single page. If I wanted to see, right, I don't have it. That's why I felt okay, it will help few of the people, at least for me, to see okay, in this particular time what are the things that are present. So
yeah,
which one I can attend particularly, which one I can do, I can see the watch recordings and all, like this. So many of the times I do miss few of the things because of the deliverables or the personal issues and all,
mhm,
but still I watch the videos and I try to give my views, all these reviews and all. So
yeah. That's very kind of you, Venkat. That's very kind. I think you're definitely a community-driven person. The way you learn from the community, and now that you have started giving back, that's absolutely amazing. Yeah, and I'm so happy that you are so much appreciable towards the community. Yeah. I feel so good. Let's not do a demo. Let's just talk about the community today. Venkat, having said that, you did mention in the beginning that you started as a .NET developer, right? Then you moved into Dynamics CRM. But if I check your C Sharp profile, I see not only you work on Dynamics CRM, but you're also into this Power Apps ecosystem, or
right,
more specifically in the Power Automate, which is
right,
more, we should say, is the RPA, right? It's the
right.
RPA. So, what brought you into this RPA and automation system? Because it looks very different from Dynamics CRM and C Sharp. What made you also work on automation at the same time?
Right. See, as an architect level or in simple in
Mhm.
software field, if at all we are moving the experience, we are changing the experience, we should get acquainted with all the changes that are present inside the product. Okay, so in this way Power Platform also came on the top
Mhm.
of the Dynamics CRM as an thing, and now the Power Platform, where the low code no code movement, where the citizen friendly things that came into picture. Okay, because see there are few things which can easily done by the business users or in normal users or the business BAs or the managers, product managers and product owners. They can also do it simply without waiting for the development team to come and see. So till Power Platform does not came, so there was a huge dependency on the developer things, because
Yeah,
there are few things which can be developed done by a developer, but there are few things which can be done by easily, like the configurations and all. So if you see for the Power Platform, we do have the Power Apps, we have the Power Automate is there, we have the Canvas apps are there, model driven apps are there, where if you don't have any knowledge about the .NET or the coding skills, still you can serve the request or the pain points of a customer without coming to the developer. So there was a myth that also came. Okay, we all work for a .NET. We are a core developers, and now the Power Platform came. What will happen? What will happen to the developers and all? So there are nothing was going to there. That is the reason why I have chosen this particular topic. Power Platform is there. Power Platform is connected to the Dynamics CRM, and this Dynamics CRM is connected to the Azure. So developers, you are there. Okay,
yeah.
no code, low code, citizen developers, you are also there.
Mhm.
So just I would like to be in bridge. So in my demo to show that one. That's why the
Yeah,
Power Automate that is present. So the past 1 year I am doing it, and the main thing, like in order to start anything, the fundamentals are main important. So that's why I started a couple of series like Back to Basics and the Power Fundamental Basics and all. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, that's great. So this sounds very interesting topic. That is event hub integrations with Dynamics CRM Power Automate. So Venkat, I won't take much of your time, right? So today, and everyone who's watched, and feel free to go ahead and share your screen, and then we can get started. And everyone who's watching, feel free to drop any questions that you have for Venkat in the comments. We'll be more than happy to answer all those questions, and we'll take it towards the end. And today's topic, as I said, is Event Hub integration with Dynamics CRM and Power Automate. And Venkat is going to give you a quick 30 minutes Power Pack demo on this topic. So Venkat, can you start sharing your screen?
Okay.
I still didn't see. Let's go down. All right, I have it. You're inside StreamYard. Once you move to the Power Automate, I'll add it. Once you move to your other screen, I'll add it. Venkat, would you like? Yeah, I see you now inside. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, once you move it, I'll add it and I'll let you know.
Sure.
Yeah, I now see the power flows, power apps, right? Every
Okay. So just here, first I will give an demo like the business scenario here. So in order to perform any kind of updates, so generally we do have an updates like a normal consumer or a normal end user. They will perform the operations or any mobile or any external systems. So what is the thing that they will know or that is required is only a JSON. So JSON is an you can say an universal format which was understood by any of the people. So that's why, as I said, I'm going to use the Power Apps and the Dynamics CRM and as well as the Event Hub. So for the people who are pretty new to the Power Apps, so just for Power Apps, Power it is one of the components that are present in the Power Apps form. Family, and we have the flows in the Power Automate. And for these particular flows we do have few flows which are cloud flows, desktop flows and business process flows which are present in this particular scenario. I am going to go about and show about an automated cloud flow where we do have. So for the people who are joining for the first time, so the automated cloud flow which can be easily work or can be triggered at any point of time based upon for particular trigger. So we have to understand what is a flow and a trigger. So for any particular action to perform, we need one particular trigger. So just we do have around the number of triggers are there. We have 300 plus connectors that are also present. So I'm as of now I'm not going to select any particular trigger. So for any particular so we do have these different actions that are present. We have these particular connectors and all. So here we have an Dataverse connector. So I would like to say about this particular Dataverse. So Dataverse is an you can say it is a particular component layer which is present between the UI and the particular logic, where we can perform operations on that set of entities. So entities are nothing but the tables and rows, which we call it as an cells and all. So whenever any particular trigger or any particular any record has been edited, like the contact or the account, these are all the core entities or the out of box entities for any particular Dynamics or the Power Platform or Power Apps environment. So we do have the certain triggers for the Dataverse, which are when a row is added or modified or deleted. That means the CRUD operations, basic CRUD operations like the create, read, update, and delete. We will be using this one. In the same way, if there are any particular actions that is other than these particular actions like the CRUD operations, there are certain scenarios where we can only rely on that particular action. So just here, when a particular row is, I can select this particular row is added. I'm going to a particular giving an row saying that means change type means whenever any particular operation that was happened, like when new record is being created or modified or deleted, then this particular trigger will fire. And I'm going to select on particular contact. This is a contact table. So these are all the list of all of the things that are present, and the scope. We do have the different scopes that are present. So for this particular demo, I'm going to use for this particular organization. So just for the particular information, so let me show you. For saying that particular time, I'm going to use this flow, and let me go into the data and select contact record, contact entity. In this, an existing data is present. So I'm going to edit this particular record. So just I am updating my last name, and just I'm clicking on save. So my intention was just I have selected few of the columns like the first name and the last name and the contact ID that are required to send these particular updates. If you observe here, the set of flows, give me some time. So if you observe here, and you see just now this particular one has been triggered, the 3 seconds. So let me see what is there here. The flow which I am going to show you is a direct Power Automate Event Hub integration, where there is no need for you to write a single line of code. So you can say a low code, no code, or a citizen developer flow. Okay. So yeah, it is taking some more time. So if you observe here, what are the things that we have given? So just this one last name is the one which I have given. So as I have taken a particular trigger along with the action like Dataverse, when a row is added or modified or deleted, I could see this particular Peter marker. And if you see in this particular try, I'm going to just based upon the contract, just I'm going to see about the first name, last name, and the contact ID, and these things will be moved to the event hub as a part of this particular. And see, so for any event hub or for any integrations, there are particular contracts that are present. So a contract is nothing but an agreement between the two different components, saying that as a common to be on the same page. So two separate teams or two components team or two different integration teams, like example, uh, any apps team or an Dynamics CRM team will sit together and agree for a contract, saying that okay, in this way if you send my me JSON, then I am going to identify based upon that particular domain, and the operation is upsert, which I did an update. So in the body they are going to take the contact ID and the first name and the last name. So this is how a normal in flow can be triggered, see, easily. So just I would like to again do some more edit here. So if you observe here, it will take some time. So just 1 second, where you could see the particular flow has been generated. So this is a normal quick way of delivering this particular Power Automate, direct Power Automate with the low code, no code. So the things that we need to consider here. So for every particular flow, we need to have an try catch, where which we call it as an scope. So I'm going to explain you few of the things that are also required here. So so now, as I said in the beginning itself, as I said in the beginning itself, that is the first scenario where the no code is required to do it. But in certain particular scenarios, there is always an thing, always certain scenarios that are required where the developers have to write their particular code. So in that particular scenarios, what we have to consider here, so if you observe here in this event hub integrations, so just as in 1 minute ago, this particular one has been succeeded. So just I would like to give the details what it has been present. So meanwhile, let me open my Visual Studio. So just I took an by the time when this particular Event Hub integration, automate flow loads, the test result and all. So let us see. Here I have used an component called the plugins. So let me give you some particular background about the plugin. So Dynamics in Dynamics CRM or in Dynamics CE customer engagement CE implementations, uh, the most, if you wanted to perform any complex implementation or complex logic, if you wanted to get 100% control of the particular code, we will go for plugins. And these plugins are of two types, synchronous and asynchronous. So based upon your scenarios, we will go for a plugin. So as a normal common man terms, why should we go for plugin? So plugin have the different messages are present. Messages are nothing but different actions that are present. That means not only the CRUD operations but also the association, disassociation, and if you wanted to perform certain checks before creation of a record or at the time of creation of the record, like these complex scenarios, if I am going to do, then we should be going to use this particular plugin. So here I have used this particular one in case if any particular uh, operation happens on the Dynamics CRM. So if it is an update, then what I am going to do, right? I am just getting this particular first name, last name, and the contact ID, and then so the this is not just as in for the demo purpose I have kept here, but there is a better way of doing it. Like we can have an environment variables and do it. So the trick here was just we need to use an HTTP request. Here, whenever we create this Event Hub integration, so as a flow with the HTTP trigger, when we save that particular flow, we will get an URL. So let me show you that. So as an automate to flow, just skip it. Here, select an HTTP trigger. In here, if I go for a request, so for this one, in order to fire, we have to provide for any HTTP request. There is an request body which is expected in the form of the JSON. So the JSON will you can say is an use sample JSON. So you can observe like this the contact ID, first name, last name. Yes, we should make sure to give them in an particular correct JSON format and then just validate it. If it is done, then my JSON is see I have given as a sample payload just the three fields like contact ID, first name, and last name of the string type. Then it eventually converts it like this. So if I perform just so in order to see what we are getting as a result, just we will use generally a compose operation. So just for the time being, just I am uh, as an expression, just I am keeping it here, just I am saving it. Whenever I save this flow, then I will get this particular HTTP post URL. So we have to copy this particular URL and we have to keep this here. So then, as a normal way, I'm taking an HTTP web request, and for that particular web request, I'm creating a method. And for that method, generally we have few operations that are present for REST. like the put, post, upsert, and the get operations are there. So just here I have kept here as an post and the application JSON and the data which I am passing here, contact ID, this one, these are all the things that are present here. And based upon the data content, I'm converting to the UTF-8, uh, where I'm just converting all this particular JSON into this data context so that all this content can be converted and directly write into a data content. And based upon that one, as I based upon the stream object, I'm going to use the web response, and then I will get the response. And then based upon the stream reader, I'm going to write each and everything here. So just for tracking purpose and for logging, I have used this local context and trace and all. So once this is particular plugin is ready, so the outcome of this particular plugin is an DLL, where it will go and see it here in this particular demo DLL. So after this particular demo DLL that is present, by using the plugin registration tool which is present, where we can create a connection and then connect to the CRM, where most of the developers know about this one. So that is the part, like the customizations that needs to be done at the plugin level. And from there, as I said, three parts for it. The Dynamics CRM plugin, this is the full customizations where the developer has 100% control over it. And the second one is the Power Automate flow, where the event hub integrations, just I'm clicking on it. So as mentioned as an example, just we have given an HTTP request as received, format this one. And the best practice that we should do it for any particular flow, like in any normal programming language, we will use the trackage mechanism so that any issues which can be tracked easily. So here we will use scope. In that particular scope, we should give meaningful description for any particular step. So just by looking at this particular step name, we can see it. So try prepare object and send it to the Azure Event Hub. So just here I am in the compose, as I said, which will be useful to hold our object as per the required contract. So prepare contract as per the defined structure. So just I am using a domain and the operation. These are all the contracts which are very much dynamic in nature, which will generally move it. Okay. So in the body and the user info, I am just passing it the contact ID and the first name and the last name which I got it here. So if you observe here, this is nothing but here I will get this particular contact ID and the first name and the last name. So till here the Power Automate has been ready. So that means whatever the information that I am passing from here, first name, last name, contact ID from CRM, that is from the core layer, it is going to hit this particular HTTP request. The Power Automate flow will run, and then it will prepare this particular context, and then our object is ready. Now we go to the third phase of this implementation called the Event Hub. Anyone can ask me the reason why are we going for an Event Hub. So as I said, event hubs are one of the main important components that are present in Azure family, where first we have to provide uh, okay, let me go here. So this let me go to the flow, and here in this particular flow, if I am going to provide any event hub, so in this particular event hubs, we do have send event and all. So to create any particular event hub, we need an event hub name and also the content that I am going to send. So for this particular reason, let me go back to my Azure portal, where I'm going to tell you about how to create an event hub and all. And you can ask me a question, already Power Automate is there, so we can use it, right? Yes, we can also use it, but in order to have a complex implementations where if you are expecting millions of hits in within few minutes or within few seconds, right? We need an enterprise level things to hold this particular application. So at that particular time, we will have the liberty for the Power Automate to use as an event hub. So for that one, just I am going to use here. So portal.azure.com. So here, so as many of the people knows about the portal azure.com, just so it is a portal URL where all our resources will be present. So in order to just I will use some fundamentals here. So in order to so in a any solution, any CRM solution require any either a managed solution or an unmanaged solution. In the same way, for all the Azure components, it requires a resource group to hold the things. So that's why we have to first create anywhere, anytime the resource group we should be going to create. These are all the things that are present. First, we have to create this particular subscription, and after that one, the Dev Azure, we have to select the Dev Azure one, and here first we have to provide the event hubs namespace, the Dev Azure environment. After that one, first we have to create an Azure event hub namespace, and then we have to create any event hub. And already I have created an event hub. If you're going to create an event hub, just we have to provide the resource event hub name and all, and the message retention means we will get the message, so after how many days that it can be deleted and all. So just I need only for 1 day all the messages that needs to be present. So that's why I kept it as an partition count as one, and like this. So if you observe, we have triggered few of the requests in the through the Power Automate flow. If you observe here, I have all the successful requests which are present here. We do have the 6 hours from the past 6 hours. What are the things that are present? So we have an beautiful way of filtering the data that we have received from here. So in this way, we can directly go for the subscription, which is present here, and then show it. So you can ask me a question. Okay, Venkat, I could get it. So this here in this event hub name, as I have already have given it. So I will get this particular Azure event hub. In case if you don't get that particular one, in order to create any event hub, I should need an I should go to the properties. In this particular properties, I should give this particular resource group ID. So this, if I give this particular resource group ID, or the resource ID, sorry, in the resource ID as a part of the connection, then I can easily perform the operation here. So if you go back to here, in this event hub integration, if you see here this particular one, this event hub which has an connection. If I wanted to do this one, if I wanted to share to another person through the Power Apps, I can share it. Because in order to perform any deployments, or in case if I am not due to some reasons, if I don't report to the work, then in order to perform any changes in this Power Automate flows and all, only a owner, I am the owner of this particular flow, I can only do it. So in order to get rid of that particular issue, we will generally either add a user or a particular group or the deployment group for doing all these things. And also I could see the managed connections. If I wanted to do all the connections that are present, then we can do all these connections as well. So in this way, there are 3 steps. One is through the customizations, and through the configurations, and through the event hubs. So all the users which are only developers, you have your piece of work that you do, like the custom way of developing all your logic through the plugins. And all the Azure developers don't feel that okay, Dynamics CRM is new, I don't know about the plugins, or I don't know about the Power Automate. You have your core expertise area, that is the Azure Event Hubs, that you are already aware of it. And for the users who have the low code, no code details, the people who don't know, either don't know about the coding or don't know about the Azure stuff and all, you can easily use this particular Power Apps flow. So like that, as an hands-on, we can easily uh, get all these details here. So that's why, as an and just I would like to show you here. So this is the Power Platform. It is a pro developers and the Power Platform which does not have a no limits. So if you are an developer, every developer, you can develop all the low code in this Power Platform area. It could be Power Apps, Power Automate, virtual agents, and Power BI. And if you are a pro developer, that means if you wanted to do code first, then we do have the Azure services, all these things. Here I have used one of the components called the event hubs. And in the same way, you can use the Visual Studio Code, VS Code, in order to perform all these particular operations. So with this, I have completed all my demo regarding all these Event Hub integrations. One with the low code no code way, and other with the customizations, which covers all the three important parts, that is Dynamics CRM, customizations through the plugin, and the second part are the components, the Power Automate work, and the third part is by using the Azure related components. So with this, all the people who are working in all these three areas, you get familiar with this particular business scenario, so that you are all, you can have an hand to hand to work on this different digitization process of the Microsoft.
That's absolutely great, Venkat. I'm just sitting back from behind the scenes and looking at the entire absolutely amazing demos that you had. Quick question, Venkat. How long it took you to build that demo?
Right, for low code, no code, just if you observe, right, I have built it in 2 minutes. But with respect to the customizations part, right, you have to do certain things, like you have to register the plugins and to build all these things. As I am doing it regularly, it took 30 minutes like that. But for a normal person who knows about it, just see, if you wanted to connect the dots and all, you can do it within an hour.
Okay, that's great. Also, Venkat, since there was a lot of going in the demo, right? Power Apps, Alex, and also you had C Sharp code up and running. What are some of the challenges one may face while working with Dynamics CRM and Power Platform? Since you have been working on this together for a while, what are some of the challenges people face while working these together?
Right. See, the first fundamental thing, right? We have to first decide whether we have to write the code, whether can we use an existing components that are present.
Okay,
Okay.
makes sense.
So we can call, generally in CRM world we call as an out of box. General people say that out of box thinking. The same way we have the out of box features. That means already the features are present inside the product. Simply you can use it. Rather than writing all the things from the scratch, you can write it, you can implement it. But already if it is present, just first use it. So the best thing which Microsoft suggests is 99% try to go for an out of box implementation. The thing advantage that you will get it right, in case any updates you will get it directly. All the out of box things will also go and update by themselves, where you don't need to invest something from the project perspective, from the cost perspective. But if you are going to write a custom code, it is up to you. You should invest the time, and whenever any upgrades happens, you should think that whether your code will be working or whether they are supported way or not. So all these things we should be considering it. So it comes with an experience where you will have definitely in your team, you have the communities there, you have your architects are there, you have your leads are there, you have a fellow developers are there, where they will tell you, or the Microsoft learn things are there where what are the things that you wanted to know and all like this.
Okay, that's good. That's good, Venkat. Having said that, looking at your C Sharp kind of profile, I see you have written many articles that reach thousands and thousands of people globally. Then you also do full time job. You contribute to the community. You are part of this live show. What does Venkat do in his free time? What are some of the hobbies of Venkat? Let's talk about that.
Okay, so I write blogs in my free time. Okay, but by looking at, so while I was in my graduation, I learned music in violin.
Wow!
So
Why
I
you learn violin?
yes.
Oh my goodness! Do you see here, Venkat? This one. This is a
Yes, yes.
violin that I have.
Yeah, I do
Right?
see in your shows thought of asking you sometime. So maybe I have to start that one. So
Yeah.
I went for a degree college of arts for music and arts. I have discontinued there for 2 years. I went from there. I again, as a community perspective, I joined few of the people. They have completed their 4 years and 5 years of
Yeah,
four years
it's
of the
tough, right?
development.
It's very tough than a technical degree course or something. It's very different.
Right, right.
Yeah, I
And
do plan to out. I was looking at the syllabus of violin. Violin is a tough instrument to play. It's very
right,
very tough, and
right,
yeah, I need to learn it too. I mean, I'm still not expert. I need to really learn violin. That's very interesting.
right. So other than that one, the hobbies, just I'm trying to do painting now by looking
Mhm.
at all the David's show and
Oh my
all.
goodness, yeah.
So I would like to
That must be challenging.
extract something about. And yes, I would like to invent some more life things that are present because you have 24 hours on this 24 hours, 8 hours if you are doing professional, 16 hours try to live. So I am trying to do it. To do that, I am trying to learn from the number of people. So yes, that is
That's
how even I am learning from my kids playing all the video
yes.
games and all. My son plays like anything.
I have literally lacked the video games ecosystem. I did play video games when I was in my high school and in college. We did play a lot of video games in college, but not now. But I think in pandemic, people have started really playing many more games. But since it was work from home, so we didn't get a lot more time to play video games. We were anyway sitting in front of system for a very long time, so I couldn't play many video games. But yes, I think yeah, I think that two common things: violin and second thing, video games. Yeah, we need to go back and learn these.
Right,
So, any final thing you want to plug in before we close this live show?
right. So first thing we I said, whatever that you learn, don't try to ask whether you may be right or wrong. Just ask the question, as Mahesh says. Whether it is a dumb question or a super question, you are not aware of that. Just ask that one. If you know something, help the other people, and don't hesitate to ask the people. That's the thing, and try to extract few of the things that are present. Because example, from the I thought of writing from past few years, but I could not write. But I started from April, so continuously I am trying to implement. First, at times I will see how many C Sharp Corner has these many blocks, how much time they will get it. So the first question I used to ask, how much time? So time management, how can you do it? It's again come to the show of mindset. It's a growth mindset. You should be in a growth. You should not be defensive. In the same way, you should not be aggressive. Just be like a common man. Everything will fall apart. That's the thing.
Absolutely amazing, Venkat. I really enjoyed hosting you. One of the very unique shows that we have had at C Sharp and MB show. I absolutely loved it. Your demos, your journey of community, how it started, and how you have now started contributing, your hobbies, and all that the vision that you have for C Sharp Corner community and community in general that you do apart from C Sharp Corner. That's really appreciable. I, Stephen Simon, on behalf of entire C Sharp Corner community, would like to thank you for your contributions that you do for the community. And whenever it is the time, would love to have you back. Until then, take good care of yourself, and I see me at the Azure Summit.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes,
dude.
I'm forward for it. Namaste to
Tara,
all the
bye.
viewers.
Oh, namaste, Tara. Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.